I feel privileged to present to you the summary of the work we have done in the year 2022. The first and the main activity that we did in the year 2022 was the official entrance of Naseka maternity ward. And we have also continued with our project, which is caring for HIV positive people. With this same project, we were honored to join the consortium of the Great Lakes region. We were able to provide school kits to 62 vulnerable children. And these vulnerable children include orphans and those whose parents are HIV positive. Among those 62 vulnerable children, we are now paying school fees to 12 of them. We have been organizing monthly discussion groups on sexual and reproductive health. It means that we covered a total of 12 discussion groups. And also we had a special group for young girls where we were discussing about sexual and reproductive health and entrepreneurship. About rape survivor support, the first activity was trauma healing workshops. We ran 12 trauma healing workshops for gender-based violence survivors. The second activity that we did was the creation and supervision of self-help groups. And at the end of December 2022, we had a total of 154 self-help groups for a total of 3,683 women. The third activity that we did was the street business school, and a total of 40 women were graduated. The fourth activity about rape survivor support was to support income generating activities in the Nyabiraba commune. People from Batwa ethnic group were able to grow potatoes together. Here in Bujumbura, we were able to run the growing rice project. Another activity that we did, it was under Quaker Service Norway. We organized a retreat for gender-based violence survivors, accompanies, and we did it in Gitega. Another activity that we did was to organize free workshops in Nyabiraba commune in Bujumbura province. The topic was the national rules on families and homes. 60 leaders was achieved. Another activity that we did, the fourth activity, was to organize a public event during the 16 days campaign of activism against gender-based violence. It was again in the Nyabiraba commune in the Bujumbura province. From the Action on Gender-Based Violence project, we were an implementing partner of the American Friends Service Committee here in Burundi, and we have done many activities. The first one was to establish early warning, early response teams in 4 provinces, in Bujumbura province, in Bubanza province, in Chibitoke province, and in Makamba province. We were able to establish 26 early warning, early response teams. The second activity that we did with this particular project was to recruit 7 psychologists. It means 1 psychologist per province, because we were working in 7 provinces. The third activity that we did was to organize trauma healing workshops for the psychologist assistants in the 7 provinces. The fourth activity was to organize intergenerational dialogue, and the participants were young people, representatives from different political parties, religious leaders, security forces. The fifth activity that we did with this particular project was to provide some kits to women's group. Some were receiving sewing machines, others were doing any kinds of activities that were related to our Burundian arts. I would like to say thank you to our different partners, including the Ministry of Public Health and the Fight Against HIV/AIDS, the Ministry of National Solidarity, Social Affairs, Human Rights and Gender, the African Great Lakes initiative of the French Peace Teams, Quaker Service in Norway, the Canadian French Service Committee, the American French Service Committee, the Seagull Family Foundation, the Global Giving Foundation, the John Gould Family Foundation, Red Cross Burundi, Family Health International, FCHI 360, the consortium of the African Great Lakes region. Thank you very much.